Fans of Sister Wives are well aware of Robyn Brown's accusations that her marriage ended because of her ex-husband, David Preston Jessop. Robyn's children, Brianna, Aurora, and David, are all fathered by David. She has occasionally stated that she chose to leave her children's father because he was unkind to them. Fans, though, never really trusted her. Many always assumed it was merely a pretext for getting married to Kody. Supporters concurred as well, understanding that getting married to Brown would only increase her notoriety, which is exactly what happened. She gradually attempted to paint David as a horrible father and even a bad husband. But his cousin came out a few months ago to give his version of events. You might be shocked by what she says. What had she disclosed? To find out, continue reading. David Preston, the ex-husband of Sister Wives star Robyn Brown, has been fighting cancer for a while. When fans discovered that Preston had chronic myeloid leukemia, they were taken aback. It was discovered that he receives IV treatments for hours on end. His white blood cell count was unusually high, and his blood became very thick, according to his doctor. This suggested that he was in a very serious situation. Fans wondered about his health, but many also conjectured that he might be sharing a home with his son Dayton. Dayton has vanished from the show. Dayton's decision to adopt his father's original surname as his own shocked everyone. Fans speculate that he may be living with his biological father based on his LinkedIn page. Dayton has been employed by a Texas-based corporation. The Sister Wives star Robyn Brown's ex-husband's family spoke out against her back in February. For those who are unaware, David Preston is a cancer patient. Robyn has actually damaged his reputation on the show over time. His family did nothing for a long time, but now they demand justice. 2 screenshots from David's cousin were shared on Reddit. Kody adopted Robyn's and David's children when they were married. Preston's cousin provided an explanation in the screenshot as to why David forbade his kids from expressing their desire for Kody to adopt them. Robyn literally made her kids do things her way or else. She continued, "That's what made them nervous." Furthermore, she asserted that Robyn hardly ever permitted her kids to talk on the phone with their biological father. Nevertheless, David reportedly heard Robyn giving them advice on what to say when the children spoke to him. Preston never wanted Kody to adopt his kids, according to his cousin. Additionally, it was disclosed that Robyn had destroyed David's credit by using his name on a credit application. He and his construction company were deeply in debt when she divorced him. David was depressed, despite the fact that his father and sibling helped him pay off the debt. "I'm so happy the story is out, and that my sweet, gentle cousin can hopefully have his life back and move on," the cousin continued. She came to the conclusion that Robyn destroys families and lives. "I couldn't stand her from the very beginning," one user wrote. "Brody and she are worthy of one another. Both are self-centered and dishonest." In a stunning turn of events, Robyn Brown's past with her ex-husband David Jessop has come to light, leaving Sister Wives fans in amazement. Robyn has been presenting herself for years as the kind, misunderstood wife, the mediator who went through heartache before finding spiritual salvation with Kody Brown. However, a relative from David Jessop's side of the family claims that the tale isn't as straightforward as Robyn would like everyone to think. In actuality, it might be much more sinister, cunning, and filled with secrets that the cameras missed. Following years of silence, David Jessop's cousin made the disclosures, asserting that Robyn's version of events had misrepresented the facts and had damaged David's image. "Fans should know what actually transpired behind closed doors," the cousin said, and why the man Robyn once referred to as her husband had no interest in the stardom she saw on TLC. They called their statement "setting the record straight." Robyn was initially presented on Sister Wives in 2010 as a divorced mother of 3 seeking a fresh start. The background of the woman, who had endured a loveless marriage, left a toxic man, and ultimately found happiness in a multiple family where she could be loved and accepted, resonated with viewers. However, according to David Jessop's relative, this picture was carefully curated. A fictionalized account of events meant to portray Robyn as a victim and her ex-husband as a villain. According to the relative, David was devastated when he saw how she spoke about him on national television. He wasn't violent, he wasn't mean. All he wanted was to be free of manipulation, control, and guilt-tripping. He was devastated by Robyn's rewriting of their marriage for television. It was cruel, not just unjust, according to the relative, who claims Robyn manipulated sympathy by telling only certain stories. They went on to say, she omitted the parts where she would continuously play mind games or threaten to take the kids away if David didn't comply with all of her demands. It was her way or no way. One of the most startling assertions concerns money. David's cousin claims that Robyn had a severe fixation with image and status, which grew worse during their marriage. According to the cousin, she was obsessed with looking perfect. She wanted to be regarded as significant, and she would disparage David if he couldn't give her the kind of life she had in mind. She was unconcerned about their mounting debt. She was concerned with appearances, with what the neighbors or churchgoers thought. Robyn allegedly made David's financial situation much more difficult after they split up. According to the relative, she made sure he couldn't see the kids unless he paid a large sum of money each month for child support. She would act as though he was a deadbeat father even though he never missed a payment. The cousin said it was psychological warfare. Robyn's need for attention was a major factor in her decision to join Sister Wives. They claimed that Robyn always wanted to be in the spotlight. She sensed opportunity as soon as she met Kody Brown. David informed us that even before she ever met Kody, she had been discussing her desire to be someone important. Thus, when TLC arrived, she knew it was her ticket. The cousin's story may be most unsettling because of Robyn's claimed handling of her kids' connection with their father. The insider claims that Robyn made every effort to emotionally and symbolically remove David from their lives. According to the cousin, she would tell the kids their dad didn't love them. She would turn innocuous circumstances into evidence that he was deserting them. The relative went on to say that although David wanted to keep in touch with his kids, Robyn's meddling made it all but impossible. By the time David attempted to defend his position, it was too late. The kids were already terrified of him. She refused to forward messages, blocked him on social media, and changed phone numbers. She would make a scene whenever he attempted to interact with the children at school functions. He eventually stopped trying because it was mentally ruining him. Sister Wives fans may recall Robyn's frequent assertions that Kody spiritually adopted her children because their biological father was absent. However, one family source claims there was a fabrication meant to make her recent marriage appear heroic. The cousin underlined that David didn't desert his children. He got ejected. The relative also implied that Robyn's manipulative traits extended beyond David. On TV, Kody came in like a savior, but in real life, Robyn made sure David could never have a chance to be a father again. The emotional outbursts, dramatic pauses, and guilt-tripping that viewers witness on Sister Wives are nothing new. They claim that David had to put up with the same conduct for years. To get what she wanted, she would play the victim and cry. She would act hurt if you didn't do things her way, as if you were unkind for not seeing her point. Simply put, it's emotional manipulation. According to the relative, David is a quiet, reserved man who has no interest in participating in drama on television. He dislikes being in the spotlight. Robyn had no difficulty dragging him through the muck to advance her plot, but he never wanted to do it, they said. David allegedly still has emotional wounds from being misrepresented in public, even after all these years. The harm was done, but he has gone on. The cousin claims that the Jessop family remained silent for years out of respect for privacy, and that he didn't deserve to become the villain everyone liked to detest and the ghost in her story. The final straw, however, was seeing Robyn keep playing the misunderstood wife on TV, while ostensibly separating Kody from his other wives. The relative remarked, "We see what's happening to Kody now. Robyn has him totally enamored with her. It resembles the recurrence of history. She cut David off from his family, fabricated stories to support her own interests, and cried when others confronted her. She did the same to David. The pattern is the same. According to reports, the family believes that by revealing the truth, people would realize that not everything on Sister Wives is as it seems." The relative cautioned that Robyn's charm may be harmful. She is intelligent, sensitive, and skilled at playing the compassion card. People, including Kody, fall for it because of this. David Jessop has mostly avoided the spotlight, but those who know him say he has found contentment in leading a quiet life away from cameras. He doesn't tune into the show. The relative revealed he doesn't follow the drama. They acknowledge that Robyn's ongoing celebrity occasionally reopens old wounds, but they also say that he's rebuilding his life, focusing on his health, and staying connected to people who truly care about him. Knowing that millions of people were given a distorted impression of him pains him, but now he's stronger. He no longer needs to prove anything. Fans' online responses have been exploding. Numerous seasoned Sister Wives watchers have admitted that they never quite believed Robyn's account of what happened, but now they feel justified. One Reddit user commented, "She never accepts responsibility, but she's always crying." Another person said, "If these stories are true, It explains everything, from her previous marriage to how she handled Christine, Janelle, and Meri. Kody lost his family the same way David did, slowly, through emotional control and manipulation, someone else said. Robyn's habit is frightening. Others sympathized with David, stating that it must have been intolerable to be pulled into a national television story. One fan commented, "He didn't sign up for fame or pity games. All he wanted was a typical life." Robyn Brown made it into a television plot. Robyn Brown is still Kody's only surviving wife as of 2025. Rumors of arguments, money problems, and Kody's mounting bitterness about his losses, however, suggest that even that connection is tense. According to insiders, Robyn feels misunderstood, once more, a character she has been playing for more than 10 years. That sympathy, however, might be coming to an end now that fresh accusations from David's cousin are coming to light. The cousin came to the conclusion she based her whole narrative on being the victim. However, victims don't ruin lives just to cry in front of the camera. Even if it comes 15 years after the fact, David's truth should be heard. Robyn's reputation as the sweetest wife would suffer greatly if these discoveries are accurate. Her motivations for joining sister wives are already being questioned by fans, and this fresh round of accusations portrays her as a woman who uses victimization as power, tenderness as leverage, and tears as weapons. The cousin's final remarks were terrifying. Robyn not only caused David pain, but she also changed the course of his life. She is currently acting in the same manner toward Kody. Robyn Brown's path on Sister Wives has always been contentious, but if these allegations are true, it can fundamentally alter how fans perceive her legacy. Perhaps one day he will too. There may be a history of strained relationships and willful dishonesty hidden under the impassioned monologues and tearful confessionals. One issue remains as the Brown family continues to fall apart due to its own trauma. Will Robyn ever stand up to the chaos she's caused, or will she once more try to hide the reality by crying? One thing is certain, though, Robyn Brown and David Jessop's journey is far from over. It's only now that the opposing viewpoint is being presented.